the context. And then, Dhavalji, have you joined?
Right.
Okay, so Darshanji, we have Prabhuji, Shravanji, Ashwiniji, Anupamaji, Rajitaji, Gayatriji, Dhavalji, and me here. All of us are in Gayatriji's place. So,
okay. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste ji.
Namaste. Namaste.
So all of us are bowing down to the Chief Wisdom Officer ji. To us. So today the focus, Darshanji, is this. You may be seeing a picture on your screen.
Right.
Yeah. So over the last week, all of us have been focused on getting this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 working together. Okay. And the whole idea is, on the left side, if you see, there is a custom GPT which generates some learning content, and that learning content is based on the guidelines that you had given, EIIE. And we looked at, how do we generate that efficiently and so on and so forth. So there is a methodology that the team has arrived at, and that is number one. And once when that content is generated, that content currently is being stored in a Google Drive. And from there, we are pushing it into one of our custom database. That is the journey steps 2 and 3. And from there, again, through another API, it is coming into the front end of the application. That is the number 5, student made. So today, our focus with you primarily is to demonstrate number 5 experience. Again, please do not expect that, it is full-fledged. It is just to give you an early glimpse so that, we can start getting feedback from you. So we will first showcase number 5 to you. And based on that, how we are working on number 1 is the primary focus of discussion with you. That way, later, we will have to still continue to work on 2, 3, 4. It's still not fully connected together. That is the scope for today's discussion, Ji. Any question?
Clear, Ji. Go ahead. Thank you.
Anybody else? Is this okay? Huh? All right. Excellent. So then, let me stop sharing. Now, Dhavalji is going to start sharing. Like I said, he's going to show the number 5, experience at the number 5.
Dhavalji will catch the audio from here.
Yeah. Dhavalji's audio will come here easily.
The screen is on.
I'll come. Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Hari Om Darshanji.
Hari Om.
So this is what we were able to put together for the first cut of the demo. We have quite a few things going on right now, but what we want to essentially demonstrate is that we are able to generate some content in a specific format, that we have agreed upon internally. And this UI is able to read that format and render it effectively. That means that, the flow for lesson generation and content generation is, in place, with some manual steps, but it's in place. So this is the home screen of the application. And I will first, focus on the fundamentals aspect of the application. So funda portion is the one that will be responsible for, the LMS kind of activity, learning kind of activity. When we click on that, it presents us with all the sections of the learning area. So, science, technology, entrepreneurship, arts, mathematics, and self streams is what we are, dividing it into. And for the demo of today, we have generated a couple of things.
Get rid of that.
Yeah. With respect to science and math, one being the simple interest and one being sound. So the content is in the form of PDFs, text as well as video. So I will first go to science for first demo, which is sound introduction lesson. So the PDF that was generated and stored is being rendered here in the sound introduction section. And as you might notice, there are various elements of UI. One is this content that is being rendered, which was generated. There is a title as well. There is an experience attached to this as well, because this is an introduction or, curiosity experience. So, the background and the icon and all are according to the curiosity experience. As we go along the lesson, the experience can change and we can do more or less customizations based on the, experience type. So next will be the further, explanation of sound, which is where the second PDF is being rendered.
And all these PDFs and the content have been generated out of the custom GPTs that the TeachMate side has worked on. Anupama ji, Gayatri ji.
Got it, Ritesh.
Yeah. Now, next would be a video that the GPT identified. And we are able to render that video in line and play it as well.
I think when you join,
Oh,
you
I
can
have to
enable the audio.
Share the.
You have to stop and stop sharing, and then you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Cover your eyes for a moment and just listen. What do you hear? I hear my chemistry set bubbling and squeaks. Is that you? Sounds are all around us all the time. There are so many of them, and we call sounds by a lot of different names. Like if a sound is really loud and kind of unpleasant, like when there's a lot of traffic going by, we sometimes call it noise. And if a sound is made by an instrument like a piano or a ukulele, we call it a note. And we call lots of...
So this is the video. The quiz also being generated is in the form of PDF for now. But I will walk you through the experience of an interactive quiz that will, and yeah, completion of this lesson added to 10 points. I think I need to again share because the mouse is behaving weird. So 10 points were awarded to complete the lesson. And then there is again a quiz area. I mean, this is an unrelated quiz, but I mean, it's to illustrate that this is how the quiz experience can be. And, we walk through the quiz and points are being awarded as we progress in the quiz. And let me complete this quiz. it also can, along the text content, we can also have image content. So again, submit answer 10 points and finish. So you can see that quiz complete. Again, I get more points out of the quiz. There is an option to go back to review the lesson or continue. And we also indicate the progress of lessons. So if a lesson is completed, we indicate if it's fully completed, and we can progress to the next one. One more thing we were able to do along with the entire experience is have a contextual chatbot, which is, let me go to another experience because this will be. Yeah, have a contextual chatbot. So I can ask questions related to what is being presented on the screen. Like, I did not get this fully. So it is, even without me specifying what I want, it is talking in the context of what is being discussed on the screen, which is gravity. So along with the lesson progression, there is a chat interface that in this one we are interfacing with Gemini, but it can be any open chatbot for that matter. And this is a minimizable chatbot, so it can go away from the interface if it's not required. And the other lesson that we were able to generate is in the area of mathematics. So the interest lesson, topic and simple interest. So this is again the discovery or curiosity experience where we generate interest in the content and the lesson. And you see, once we click on next, the color scheme and icons and all change. We can also have animations and sound based on this experiences. We can introduce that element. And here we are rendering the lesson content. And click next. Again, we can have similar videos being rendered in line and quiz. So this is the experience, Darshanji, and there is a. So far, you have any questions, comments, feedback?
Nothing, Dhavalji. Very cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. And what we were discussing in the home screen as well, we have, prototyped that, like, along with the LMS, we are also focusing on walking the student through the experience, like what you have to do today, and doing that activity will on how many points, and, what is your progress recently. So if it says that today you have to do the gravity basics lesson, and I click on continue learning, then it directly takes me there. So, there is that prompt based interface in the home screen that is capable of walking the student through the experience. Yeah, this is all.
Do you want to touch upon the gamification portion? In terms of, how it appears and how
scorecard. Okay.
scorecard.
Yeah. Which one?
Whatever the concept.
Yeah. So basically, this is a prototype only, but we are planning to implement this once we are more concrete in some other areas. But it's more like, it's rendering the profile, how many points we have, and whether I am doing a daily streak or not. If I continue on the daily streak, get some bonus points. Much of this was put together by Ashwini. So, who are the top learners, and what are my statistics, and lessons completed, quizzes taken, And we have, certificate of achievement as well, social sharing features here, recent activity, and badges. So this is kind of the, scoreboard that we have in place. But this is quite currently at a prototype stage, but it depicts the experience that the student can have.
Okay.
And
Great progress, Dhavalji. Like very happy.
Thank you, but
Things.
a lot of this was, to be very honest, I put in very little time in this. A lot of hard work Ashwini ji, Nita ji had done.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All these sections and all, even the quiz and all they put together. I just moved things around.
Amazing. Yeah, so just going back to the basic thing.
Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah.
Before you go further, so like I said, one is as far as the learning experience is concerned, what you just now saw is as if the student is in the 6th grade and maybe in some level, and today, the student is learning these two, right? We have broken the student's learning experience itself into 3 major journey points. The first one is the learning part of it, which is where you are in your framework, EI, the explain, the interact comes into picture. Okay. And then next, we wanted to go into what we want to call as the mastering part, which is where in your framework, the implement part comes in. And last but not the least is the evaluation, which is where the Vimarshan kind of a framework comes into picture. So just to bring the focus back, today's focus is only on how the student will learn. That is nothing but the EI. The experience that you're seeing today is only the EI portion of your framework, G.
Yes. So that's what the next question was from my side. So you cleared it. I'm clear now.
Okay, Ji. Yeah.
The evaluation is not a part of this. Evaluation is a module that is separate.
Evaluation, we need to still think through along with Darshan Ji. So Darshan Ji, the evaluation, we still want to discuss with you and see how to bring in that Vimarshana and what other modifications are needed based on the Vimarshana framework. So that is how
evaluation is the continuous and comprehensive one. And whatever quiz things the child participates, even that point counts in. And also in the implementation part, whatever child develops and submits back, so that evaluation will also count. And also the Vimarshana kind of evaluation. So everything combined, that module will come.
Correct, Ji. Yeah. So in a way, you already saw that, you during the learning also, there is already an evaluation going on. But in our thinking process, Ji, the evaluation, the E part is the formal evaluation that you conduct, right? So that is how we are thinking, Ji. But evaluation is comprehensive, definitely.
Correct.
Yeah. So okay, all right. So based on the learning experience that you saw, Ji, what are your initial feedback items?
No, so the concept clarity is there for the team. That is absolutely fine. And I know like it will get refined in terms of content or in terms of like development and all. So far, so good, G. Like it is coming out really nice. I was very happy.
Okay. Wonderful.
See, so the first thing, whatever the PDF document which displayed, so that we had some again like other framework also. So that is a different demo. So this is just a student mate. I mean, teacher mate is separate. So I'm not giving
teacher mate. We have not yet gone into the UI part. Teacher mate also we want to demonstrate, how the different GPTs are generating the content. We will go into that next. But on the student mate.
As far as student mate is concerned, it is very clear. So whatever we expected, that is coming out. So first 2 parts are really coming out nice.
Super.
Excellent.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. This, I mean, we have also started on quite a few things at currently as in the application, like we have, gallery going on where, students are allowed to upload the artwork and will be shared. We have facts of the day section. So that's also there. Let me go back. This one. At which one?
Conference, huh?
Okay. Yeah, for some reason, it is crashing in my local machine. Yeah, this fun friend clubs. So clubs is where, there are different clubs formed, and students can explore those areas and, join the club and all. So,
Clubs we call as circles,
circles.
just to avoid the concept of club
Club.
as a
Yes.
Commercial.
Yes. Yes. Guruji, this was a first time presentation to you as well.
very good. Yeah, it's the first
Okay.
time.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you, Guruji.
Very happy that
Thank you, very
happy that you are like this.
much. Yeah.
Anupamaji.
Vijayji here. Okay, very nice. Wonderful. Raman, come now. You have come also now. You can see whether the data is something comes out or not.
Something has gone in.
What comes? Nobody knows.
Database challenges, something goes in, but what comes out?
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right. So then, do you guys want to demonstrate your GPTs? Show how you're thinking. No, I know the content was demonstrated through the teachmate student-mate experience, but do you want to show him? Because his
How
teachers
you
have to
send it.
start using the content, no? Okay.
We still have to find it.
Okay. So,
Send them the link.
Darshanji, as far as the teachmate is concerned, we have not yet gone into this kind of a detailing. We have now what we call as the GPTs. You must be aware of the GPTs. Using the GPTs, we are able to create various kinds of custom content. Yeah, wait a minute. She is going to just show you. Whatever the content you saw, right? Whether it is the science or the math, for that, custom GPTs have come up. So yeah, let them do a quick demonstration. This is not the teachmate experience G. This is only to show you how the content is getting generated. It will come into a similar to student-mate A app.
Noted.
Yeah. Come closer, G.
Why? No, voice.
No, he has to hear you. Okay. You please speak. Tell what is that that is being seen on the screen.
So,
Your audio is okay?
Yeah.
Hari Om Darshanji. Actually, this GPT is created especially for generating math content. So when we ask just to explain a particular topic in a lesson, so it is designed in such a way to give that concept in 7 different ways, so that concept can be understood through general explanation or relating it to real life scenarios and other fun examples like that. So this is actually the output of that GPT is generated into a .json file that we can push it to our database. So
Take a particular example and walk him through how it generates. Just take one example that you just now have generated. Yeah.
This is for other than math, other subjects like English, science, social studies, other things. So as usual, when we ask for any particular topic, it will generate. First, it generates a curiosity by coming up with a short story kind of thing related to that topic. Then it gives a definition. Then
What do BI mean? How we the BI means.
this is completely based on the document you provided us, no, Darshanji. So we have used that to generate this kind of output. So it is first starting with a story and creating a question there, then explaining the concept, then some examples, then real life scenarios, then again some kind of fun fact and small experiments that the child can try out.
So for the same lesson, we can show how curiosity is built. Say, what was the lesson
So-
you said?
Electricity. So this GPT actually generates curiosity. Actually, this is the first thing we should have stored.
Yeah.
So this will be the first thing that will come before the explanation part, where it gives a kind of a riddle or some suspense story where the child has to get the answer. The child has to go and study the lesson to know the answer of that story or puzzle or riddle something.
Amazing. Good job.
Thank you, Darshan.
No,
So the
we
way,
will show the-
whatever you're seeing right now as a GPT.
Yeah, I understood, Vijayji. So UI and UX need to be created, experience,
Yes, yes.
and backend thing is already done. So good,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So the main
But
content generation
image
strategy-
generation, do we have a limitation?
image generation. You want to show the image generation part? The image generation
They
GPT?
need to images because it's
I mean, related to the concept.
limitation with images.
Infographics are coming, G, but text wise there is a lot of problem. So the team is
Okay.
figuring out what is the best strategy, how to generate image without text. All that still needs some more experimentation.
Noted. Yes.
And we have videos.
Video searching.
It is as usual. So that video search GPT is designed. This is infographics. We have tried, but it is not very much accurate. So first it will explain a little bit. Then it will generate one picture related to that topic.
This is purely a ChatGPT limitation, which or we have to use some other tool which is good with information.
Images.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this-
Designer
So,
of Microsoft.
our limitation with this ChatGPT is the text inside that image are not correct. So incorrect.
Correct.
is,
Yeah.
So
I
we-
know.
So we are trying to figure out some other tools to generate the images alone.
What?
Come to video. So here in video also, just we need to specify the topic and the grade level of the student. It will search according to the topic. So maximum it will be animated and child friendly. A one-liner will be generated.
No.
One-liner is common.
No. Because it's on Masala first, you will add masala. These are the one-liners. These are the-
So each video will have a one-liner, and we can choose just reading the one-liner, which video we have to post to the children, to the student.
I think I will not. But
Young explorers, welcome to Reading Breakfast Centres, where we make learning fun and engaging. Today, we are going to explore the fascinating world of electricity and circuits. So let's get started. It's like the road. Just like how you need a complete road to get from point A to point B, electrons need a complete circuit to flow.
Anupamaji, I got it. Understood.
Yeah, anything more? So, Darshan ji, how we are thinking is fundamentally our framework of thinking is, we are producing movies on the teacher side, and on the student side, the movies are being consumed, okay, in a gamified environment, okay. And when we are producing movies on the teacher side, it's all about like a movie creation thinking. First is to create some kind of a curiosity, and then to kind of give lessons to feed that curiosity, and to ask questions to kind of create further curiosity. So this is we are calling as a first 20 minutes of learning movie. Okay, so on the student side, the learning process will have first 20 minutes for any given lesson. So there's a subject, and in that subject there is a topic. So subject is, let's say, mathematics, and the topic is, let's say, algebra, and then let's say in that there is a lesson, let's say quadratic equation. So there's a 20-minute learning video. After that, there is a activity that is going to be what we call as a mastering, and that activity is part of your implement framework. That activity will have two parts in terms of experience. The activity will be given to the student as a challenge, and the student can do it either within the system or outside the system. That we need to still discuss with you, and then experiment a few times, and they will come back and submit it back to the system, and the system will have some kind of an intelligence to evaluate it and give feedback, right? So this is what we are calling as the mastering step. So the learning step, mastering step, and then there's a formal evaluation step. Of course, all of this is already, as you can see, the evaluation is already built in, but there's a formal evaluation which is going to be part of our final step. This is the experience on the student side in how they consume the movies, and through the movies they learn. So now, if you think about it, we map the same thing on the teacher side. The teachers are essentially like these movie directors. Their main job is to create these interesting movies, 20-minute learning movies, or these, whatever the time, let's say 1 hour mastering movie activity, right? And then, of course, the vimarshana, which is the formal evaluation. So the teacher side, hopefully in another week or two, we will start coming up with some initial experience elements so that you can start seeing, like how you saw the student side today. But it will be primarily based on this thinking framework, which is that teachers are creating movies. So first, let me pause here. Is this thinking process sounding okay to you?
Yeah, absolutely. And just wanted to ask this Bharatiya identity element is done, right? Like it's taken care, right?
So it is not yet appearing very cohesively in the content, but it is. For example, our next fine-tuning is all about when the curiosity is getting created, what kind of stories are going to come. We'll have Bharatiya characters, we'll have, say, maybe Vikramaditya stories, right? So those elements will get integrated in a very seamless way. The characters, if there are any stories being told, or the examples will have very Indian context to it. That's how we are going to be fine-tuning these prompts now.
Cool. Yeah, it's coming out correct. We are on the right direction.
To the screen, you have to zoom out. What you're showing.
No, I'm not
So
showing
that
anything.
is
You have to. Your screen is what is coming there.
perfect here. Yeah, so there you are, yeah, because and remove those.
No, he's seeing this screen, He's able to see.
Okay, so here if you see Vijayji, this is the knowledge base, the framework we are given, that is the Shanti's document conceptualization. See here, this is the PDF where we have told everything.
Yeah, has been mentioned, but I think we still need fine tuning. Yeah.
Is when we insisted more, such kind of videos are not there, which are integrated with the Bharatiya thing is what most of them are.
Videos we cannot generate. We can try to
The
edit
riddles,
it
the
in,
puzzles and other things.
the story or in the text part. We can try to bring it.
Yeah. Are you hearing Darshanji?
No, I didn't. I couldn't.
Okay. So yeah, good. No, please.
So, when we specify this Bharatiya culture into the image or video generation, such kind of videos are not available currently. So, it is not able to fetch those things. So, what is the possibility we have is we can generate such kind of content either through the explanation part or the quiz part or the activity part only. We can bring it.
And one more challenge.
For example, if we say, if we are teaching the kid basic addition or subtraction, so addition, when we say subtraction, if you just imagine a guest is coming to our house, so I have this much, coffee or cookies, not cookie, sweet,
Biscuits,
laddus,
laddus.
I have. So if I have, if you're supposed to give you when you have 12 guests and you have only 15 laddus, how much is remaining laddus? Like that we can bring our Bharatiya culture into that.
So the video part is where there is a challenge, Darshanji. The right content may not be available yet.
Video part.
So I'll give you a classic example. What exactly I mean
Darshanji,
there.
your voice is not audible, Ji.
Right now? Now?
Yeah, please speak.
Yeah. So one simple example is probably if we are teaching some mathematical concepts, okay, Pythagoras theorem or something like that, can we train the GPTs to tell that this was already innovated or invented way back by one of our Rishi Munis, and this is what it is, kind of a fact.
That riddle and the fact and all, they already have been able to bring.
For each lesson we will have
Yeah.
history related to this topic, the Indian history behind this topic.
Yeah.
What you see. So that actual facts, Darshanji, if you can, because we don't know which Rishi.
Guruji shared one.
Correct. No, Gayatriji, I understand where you're coming. So we will provide the data.
Yes. So as you give us the data, we will be feeding the GPT with the data.
Yes.
And slowly it will, start fine tuning.
Correct. My question was, can we train it? That's
Yes.
the question.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that is possible. The video is the currently one possible challenge. Prabhuji, you were saying something about video.
I'm saying there are some sites and videos where Indian culture related are there. They may not be directly at your this thing, but the related things we can get make a list of Indian culture related websites,
Yeah.
places, and all.
Yeah. So maybe the GPT, when it is generating the videos, it can first look for these resources.
Yeah.
If not, then maybe, yeah. So for example, Darshanji, today the example that you saw, the video, it generated is that of a American video. So this may not be completely avoided, G, at this point of time, because we do not have our own original video content. These kinds of things may not be avoided.
Okay.
We can search those website links.
Correct.
And say as we are feeding PDFs, we can feed those website links also.
True.
Yeah, it's not
Vijay,
hard,
that's how
but
they
they are
are
quite good.
scripting. See the highlighted part.
Yeah.
Centered around Indian culture and heritage.
Yeah.
But it's not giving primary importance to that.
Yeah.
GPT is not giving.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have the data.
So
For Indian culture and heritage, it must be having no data.
using Darshanji's document and other resources, we have to first.
We have to feed it.
No.
We have to feed.
Yeah.
The data is this thing. And website, there are some websites which are more known for Indian content.
Yeah.
We can use.
That we can use. Yeah.
That we can
Right.
use to train.
So in Chennai, there is a organization.
Yeah. That Hari. Yeah.
So that content.
Yeah.
Plus some other content we have to. So maybe you have to buy some content also.
Yeah.
We have content.
Also in YouTube, no, there are some channels like Shivoham channel. So we need to give those specific channels. Yeah.
We didn't give any knowledge base on India.
From these channels to generate. Yeah.
We are using attaching text.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those links also. we
Have to be given. Yeah.
So yeah, Vijayji, we told GPT confine response to provided knowledge base. We didn't provide
Knowledge base.
So that's why.
except
Okay.
for the maths lesson.
So now increase the knowledge base,
Yes,
including Indian resources, and let's experiment. Yeah, so this fine tuning has to happen, G. So we'll be continuing on that journey. Any other thoughts, Darshan Ji? Any other feedback?
Nothing, Ji. Like we are really going in a very good direction. So very happy, very satisfied, very happy, very confident.
Definitely, Ji. Each one is bringing in a unique value. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Punya from Prayagraj directly. So Darshan, we have a lot of Punya imported from Prayagraj.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Bring us a lot so that we at least two, three bag full.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so now then to summarize, so
Vijay ji, one more request.
yeah.
So probably what is the timeline that we get this tool to play around so that we'll have a hands-on experience? And
Definitely. I definitely think that is the right next step to take. But we need to kind of at least go to the TeachMate UI design. So if you can give me another few days, over the next 2-3 days, we will kind of work it out and give you an early glimpse of TeachMate when we can release it to you to play. Dhavalji, what do you feel?
Yeah, but I mean, we have to work out on the integration part
Correct.
of TeachMate.
With the right now, if let's say we can even give them the ability to generate content and start seeing, right? Instead of on the custom GPT, let's say the first iteration is only about some TeachMate app where they go and start adding instead of a custom GPT interaction on the TeachMate as a first step. And then we can bring in the push that content to student mate. That player concept that we can bring next. First is if they can start playing around.
So no, I did not get that. Custom GPT integrate TeachMate first go, we will not do.
We will do. That's what I'm saying. So see right now, okay, so in terms of the teaching, what is that they need? They need to be able to generate the content, right? So how do they generate the content? One possibility is that, we can give them access to all these custom GPTs, but it is too many and it may not give the cohesive experience. So therefore, one of the thought processes, we can generate an initial, let's say TeachMate, behind the scene, connect to all these GPTs, and the teachers are interacting as if they're interacting in TeachMate. This can be, say, some first experience that we can release to them.
Correct, but I would say that is more of a integration call than a UI call, because I mean, whether we are able to integrate custom GPTs in a UI is the first problem we need to solve.
Yeah, so let because based on whatever the initial indications that we are having, it is possible today, because we saw that she showed the JSONs. They are all friendly structures that we can discuss separately. We can go into the details separately. Integration, it is possible in 2-3 different ways. One is, simply it will generate the JSON and then we will have to see how to drive it. So that technical part we can see between us as a discussion. But the question I'm raising is to Darshan Ji, do you think this is the right next step? That, over the next few days, we work out what can be this content generation experience, and then we can go back saying,
next step.
Yeah.
There are 2 steps for us. I don't know, Darshan is able to hear me?
Darshan Ji, are you able to hear Prabhuji?
No, Prabhuji.
Basically, right now, you have to focus on 2 dimensions.
I'm not listening.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Coming. Yeah.
So, for us, development wise, this thing, next step for us is give a release to Purnachetana.
Yeah,
Let them play around.
yeah,
Okay, which involves a UI and GPT in version 1.
yeah,
So let them start generating some content on their own. They'll come back with feedback.
correct.
That was called alpha release.
Yeah,
Alpha release is one what we have to plan.
Yeah.
For Purnachetana.
yeah, correct.
Then we have to have plan for alpha release to Biscuit Gurukula.
Yeah,
Biscuit Gurukula,
yeah,
where parents will come and start exploring.
yeah.
So these two should be alpha release, should be our major milestone,
Major milestone.
which we should target.
Yeah,
So the question is, when can, now it's February,
yeah,
when can we target a alpha release where we will give to Purnachetana? You please play around and find out the problem and come back.
So what I am thinking, Prabhuji, is even before we do a formal alpha release, like how we did today,
Yeah.
today is early feedback mechanism.
Yeah.
Like that, if we can put a teachmate in their
Yeah.
hands, knowing fully well that it is not yet ready,
That's right.
right? So I think that is what I'm asking. I'm prompting the question. When is the earliest? Maybe we need to think through, because I'm prompting the question of the cup.
I think my concern is that, it's not a UI challenge or a UI bottleneck. The bottleneck is the /generate API that we need to solve. I think estimation will be largely,
Look at this.
based on this.
You can get data from that custom GPT using API request to.
Yeah,
It's possible.
so I'm not concerned about the data part also, double C.
Mm.
The concern is not integration. See, there are, what is the aspect that we want to fine tune is, are we generating the content in the right manner? Using the framework that has already been arrived at. Number one, right? And for that, whatever the experience, UI, I agree, is not a primary way of, I'm not very worried about the UI experience. I want to give them a tool, which is a rough version of TeachMate, where I want them to verify whether the content generation part is happening correctly. Then the rest of the things are a run of the mill. For me, that is
Yeah,
not worried.
So is that tool the custom GPTs directly?
Plus UI they can use.
So Darshanji, one of the thoughts that is emerging here is, are you and the teachers comfortable playing with the custom GPTs if we give you access? Whatever Gayatri ji and Anupama ji demonstrated just now, comfortable with that to look at whether the content is coming out correctly. Don't worry about the UI part. Yeah, only focus on the content part.
Yeah. Okay, but I will not expose that to teachers right now.
Yeah.
So we will internally here leadership team will try to play around with that. So
Darshan,
probably once the UI.
the
Yes.
aspect which we want to test right now is that, right now we are very much confident about the workflow integrity in a way where, we generate some content and it flows into the database and it is rendered on the student side. That all is fine and good. Okay, somehow it will work at the end of the day. Now, what we want to really test out is the content structure integrity, because we have 4 or 5 custom GPTs going on right now. So what happens is that one prompt you give into a GPT, it generates some content. Then you give a similar prompt into another GPT, it generates some content. For a third GPT, it generates some content. Now it is fine from a generation perspective, but what we want to ensure is that from a student perspective, that content flow makes sense. And that is what only a teacher will be able to establish. Because let's say GPT-1 introduces a concept, and GPT-2 does not even talk about that concept in subsequent slide. GPT-3 takes a quiz on that concept, which GPT-1 talked about. So, we want to ensure that the content being generated is making sense structurally and from a knowledge perspective. So once that is established, we can figure out a way of putting it into TeachMate and, put a UI together. Because what we want to learn from this exercise is what are some inputs that we are missing right now from a teacher perspective, which we can, early on understand and embed it into our workflow. Did I explain it properly?
Absolutely making sense.
Yeah.
We are okay with it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then Anupama ji, Gayatri ji, Rajita ji. So if let's say we create a document about how to use the whatever the workflow that you have established using the custom GPTs. We create a simple document.
Just in the box, they have to take.
No, but in order to generate they need to be able to think as if like they're generating this whole thing, no?
Correct.
Right, so do this first, next is this, because the same thing will become an app later.
Okay, it means tell the sequence of GPTs.
What they need to do, how they need to. Exactly.
Yeah. For example, step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3,
Yes, that Google Sheet we were talking about.
Yeah, right.
Have a Google Sheet for that.
And they need to fill a Google Sheet kind of a structure. That is the outcome they need to also produce, like how the movie we produced, right? The Google Sheet. So if you put a small document together like that and share it with them and walk them through, that will give them enough of understanding. So is that something that we can do?
But we have to first find the GPT for which, for at least for science and maths, if they have to provide the documents.
Which is perfectly fine. See, this is do not think that, we have a finished product. It's an iterative process. The earlier we go in front of Darshanji and his team,
Correct.
better it is for us.
Yeah, because tomorrow we will learn that, we have to maintain the context between all the GPTs to ensure that it is generating the right content. It is better learned right now than later.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can we say that, by Monday, Tuesday, you will be able to put a document together and share it?
But we still have to
Find
That's okay, ma. Don't worry about what I'm saying is whatever we have done. I'm just asking your permission.
It is very easy. They send us a PDF, we'll just put it and it will automatically.
They have to experiment, ma. You don't do anything.
Edit the GPT.
They should review the output. They should review the output.
But why should we give a one? If we get the content, we'll give a full-fledged GPT. We will refine it later, but at least first version.
What do you want Darshanji to give?
Get the knowledge base at all.
Like, according to our rishis, what is the gravity? Those documentation Darshan Ji has, right? So before Newton's discovery, our rishis have discovered.
Okay, so Darshanji, is there any knowledge base, Bharatiya knowledge base that you have ready-made that you want to share with us?
Yeah, we have certain textbooks which can be converted to PDFs and shared with us.
So I think what the TeachMate team is feeling is, if that knowledge base is given, they can fine tune it further. Then they will feel comfortable giving to you. Right now,
okay, got it. Yeah, making sense. No problem.
Darshanji, one doubt we have is, should we feed the, from NIS website, we have got the syllabus for a 6th grader. Should
Okay.
we feed that syllabus or should we feed the content which you give? Because that syllabus will have all the Western facts or whatever are the general facts. Or should we feed the content that you are giving, or should we feed both, which might, both?
Feed both. And with the content Darshanji is giving, as I said, no, for each lesson, we will say, this is the history.
So, Vijayji, wait. If we give NIOS syllabus, it says Newton is invented by, gravity is invented by so-and-so person. From Darshanji's document, gravity was earlier invented. So now, when the GPT is giving the output, what kind of output will it give?
So Gayatri ji, whatever content we will provide in that Bharti identity, that is just for the information and awareness of the child. And for general evaluation and for whatever examination purpose and all, they have to write this answer itself. Okay, so they can't write the
exam. They cannot go and write.
Versions of output should come in that case.
Not 2 versions. See, think of it like this. Additional information. Did you know that this concept was discussed earlier? Right, like that. You have to generate.
Got it.
So
Awareness.
So interesting facts.
Yeah.
Interesting facts you can say.
Yeah.
Interesting facts, interesting ideas.
Yeah.
Like that we can say.
Yeah.
Textbook will be there.
Yeah.
And interesting facts, interesting questions, like that we can put up.
So main learning is based on the textbook. Okay. The facts have to come from the textbook, whatever the NIOS textbook. But these are all additional awareness development content.
So the wrapper around the NIS syllabus should be our own, like
Yeah.
the concept has to be explained through Indian
Yeah.
culture,
Yeah.
and then the additional facts are about Indian culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason we want to do this exercise is not actually, do any particular outcome. It's more of a learning exercise.
Yeah.
What we can learn from teachers, generating content using our system. Like, are we missing any aspect of generation that teachers would usually think about? Which we are not thinking right now. So it's more of a learning exercise for us. Yeah.
Yes, Darshanji.
So one more input I'll give here. So for example, in CBSE textbooks and NIS content, what they deliberately try to push is they will always like name certain characters, like they will have Ram and Rahim, for example. And while giving that example, they portray Rahim as a good character and Ram as a grey character.
Right. Right.
Wow.
Like the Sholay movie, no?
Yeah.
Rahim Chacha is the good Chacha.
Oh, in all
Who
that,
forgives.
one good guy will be there. Yeah.
So while giving examples, for example, a fraction or some examples, so one person will steal apple from one person. So that stealing person would be some Hindu name.
Yeah.
And the apple owner will be some Muslim name. So these kind of deliberate things will be pushed to the children. And
It's a Bollywood strategy.
Wow.
The Lalas have Tilak, Lalas have, the land grabbers are all Lalas, Tilak, and doing puja to Lakshmi, but are very lecherous.
so these things we should take care. So these corrections somehow our content should have.
Okay, Ji. So Darshanji, then you will share some content in terms of the Bharatiya knowledge base.
Right. So some textbooks which I have, I'll share that.
Okay, Ji. So by when can you provide that, Ji?
I will search for PDFs. If PDFs are available, it can happen very soon. If PDFs are not available, we need to scan and send it. So
Okay.
I will reply back to you in the group. I'll just see once.
Okay, Ji. Okay.
So we can right now do on two different subjects, science and maths.
Science and
both
maths,
are a different kind of content they
Yeah.
generate.
Are you thinking of a separate one for arts?
See, and one more thing we should all realize is this is a step-by-step process and it cannot happen overnight. And like it keep happening. So whenever we get some new information, it has to feed it and it has to be trained. And
Yes.
everything at once cannot happen.
No,
So whatever I get right now handy, I will share it with you and you just start training it.
yeah.
Okay, so let's assume sometime next week you'll come back, Ji. Darshan ji.
Before that only I'll share a few information, right?
One thing he shares, how much time we need before we can hand over with the document and the GPT to them for playing around.
Document is the like a user
How to
instruction
use?
manual.
Simple steps.
Document we can prepare, no? We can prepare. Rajita will prepare the document. Yeah.
So shall I say that, let's say, for example, by say Monday, Tuesday, Darshanji comes back.
Yeah.
By when can we get back to him?
Couple of days. Yeah.
Feels okay.
Right.
By Thursday, Friday. So next week, okay. So
Yes.
shall we say that by next Saturday we'll be able to release a GPT to
Yes,
the
yes,
teachers?
yes.
Darshanji, is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So we have that established. Then, the student-made journey we will continue. Now we will become more technical integration part. We will get
Now we are
into Yeah, so if there are no other early warnings about the student mate, we will now go gung-ho on developing that part. Darshanji, I'm making a statement. Is that yeah?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So then, we will establish what is the timeline and all that, and then we will come back to you. So we will have to.
Is it demo by Shravan to Darshanji or is it internal demo? Nothing is there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then, in parallel, can we start a TeachMate UX development so that
that we will do.
Huh?
Yeah.
So sometime by next Saturday, whatever we have, we can demonstrate.
Are we closing the discussion, Darshan? I need 10 minutes from Darshanji to present a I need program.
Yeah. No, we will be done now, Prabhuji. So that's okay, no?
Sure.
So Darshanji, one more point is, so next Saturday we will show an early review of whatever we may develop for TeachMate. Yeah. So two things will be there. One is that GPT release to you to play around with. Another one is like how you saw the student mate, an early review of early preview of what can be the approach for TeachMate.
Noted, Vijayji. So, somebody will send the minutes, right? I mean,
yes.
In group, yeah.
Yes, Ji, yeah. Okay, so Prabhuji needs to demonstrate something to you.
Has he got 10 minutes? In 10 minutes, I want to discuss the writing program.
Do you have 10 minutes, Ji? Prabhuji is asking. Prabhuji wants to share an initial.
Prabhuji, tomorrow I'm coming, so I'm meeting you.
Okay. Done.
Okay. Any other questions? Anything to? Darshanji, you have anything else?
Nothing. We are really made a very good progress. So feeling very confident and very happy.
Wonderful.
Right.
Yeah.
Kudos to the team.
Darshanji. Thank you. Hari Om.
Yes, Hari Om.
Hari Om.